There's a long history of human error causing train derailments, crashes, death. But the railroads have been slow to adopt a mandated system that could save hundreds of lives. Now it appears another deadline will be missed. 3 trains wreck, 15 dead. All the trains were going 2, almost 3 times posted speeds, and all preventable with something called positive train control, or PTC.
Just one right after another. So
the NTSB knows it.
That it is frustrating to go to accident after accident that could have been prevented if someone would have implemented an NTSB recommendation.
The union knows it.
As I sit here today, I'm embarrassed, I'm hurt, I'm frustrated. When I hear again and again of an accident that could have been prevented by PTC.
And those who ride the rails can't understand why the life-saving technology is not yet in place to use GPS, radio signals, and computers to slam on the brakes and override human error.
Yeah, they need to get on the ball like yesterday, like ASAP. Okay, my mom's life is in their hands.
In 2008, Congress required PTC be implemented by 2015. But the railroads pleaded they couldn't get it done. And Congress moved the deadline to the end of this year. But
there are several others that won't get this done by the deadline.
Any delay in implementing positive train control from a safety perspective is unacceptable.
Once again, railroads are trying to get around the 2018 deadline. In South Florida, both TriRail and Brightline have received these letters, finding them at risk of failing to meet congressional deadline. They're trying to appease the Federal Railroad Administration, Brightline by installing PTC on just 15% of its track, TriRail by testing it on trains that carry no passengers. If they do that and meet other milestones,
this is the penalty valve.
They could ask for a 2-year extension on the deadline. TriRail is moving ahead full steam. When the installation is complete, every train on the system will communicate with a control center. And if word comes down that there's trouble ahead on the tracks, maybe it's going too fast, it could derail, or there's another train in the way, a signal will go out to lock up the brakes. But it's not quick, easy, or cheap.
In 2015, a lot of people didn't realize that positive train control is not something that you can just get off the shelf. And as everyone learned and we moved forward, it costs more than expected.
From an original estimate of $20 million to now $40 million for TriRail. As the race is on to get the job done, the feds can't do much to punish railroads that fail to meet deadlines.
What would happen if you don't make it by 12/31/18? Would they be shutting down this track?
Well, the good news is since we're on schedule and on target, we're not even thinking about that. But should that it get to that point, we'll have to cross that bridge when we get there. I do not anticipate us shutting down.
The agency says it has no power to or interest in shutting down a railroad for failing to meet the deadline. It could issue fines, but we're told no decision has been made on that. So it appears several railroads are not going to have PTC up and running by the end of this year, and another deadline will be pushed on down the line. Tony Pipitone, NBC6 News.